Today's video is all about soups. And y'all know how much I love easy recipes, so we're making these even easier by making them in the crock pot. Hey y'all, I'm Valerie, and welcome to my kitchen. In today's video, I'm sharing 3 crock pot soup recipes that y'all are gonna love. This video is extra special because it's part of a collab, a soup collab, hosted by LeAnne over at Mennonite Farmhouse. There will be a playlist below so you can check out all the other soup videos. There will also be a giveaway. I'll tell you more about that here shortly. Okay y'all, let's get into these crock pot soups. Y'all can thank my nephew Logan for this cheesy kielbasa potato soup. It was all his idea. I used a 14-ounce package of smoked kielbasa. I cut that into slices and then cut each of those pieces in half again. I added those to my crock pot along with 1 small diced onion and sauteed them until they were golden brown. Next, I'm adding a 32-ounce bag of Southern style diced hash browns. It's the kind with the peppers and onions in it, but if you want to use the regular ones, you can. And for the seasonings, I did 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder, 3/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of ranch seasoning. Then you're going to add in half a pound of cooked and crumbled bacon. I also added 8 ounces of cream cheese, and I cubed that up just so it would melt better. And it does help if you can let it sit out and soften before you add it in, but you know I didn't do that. Next up is 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Oh, and I wanted to show y'all, they do make an unsalted cream of chicken soup, just in case you want to cut back on your sodium. I found it at Ingles, but you can also order it on Amazon. I added 1 can of evaporated milk. And y'all are going to have to let me know what your favorite soup is. When it gets a little colder, I do want to do a video on easy stovetop soups. Okay, and that was 1.5 cups of low sodium chicken broth that I added in there. Now you're just going to give all that a really good stir. Now we're going to cover it and set it to cook on low, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. Or just however long it takes for those potatoes to get to your desired tenderness. When it's done, you're going to go ahead and remove that lid and then stir in 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. Or use your favorite, pepper jack would be really good in this too. And then you're just going to stir that in and let it continue to cook on low until that cheese is completely melted. This was absolutely amazing. And I'm telling you, if you love potato soup and you love kielbasa, you're definitely going to have to give this one a try. It's a very thick potato soup, so if you want to thin it out a little bit, just add a little more broth. I topped ours with some sour cream, cheddar cheese, and yes, more bacon. This is truly the best potato soup that I have ever had. And if you don't like kielbasa, you can totally leave that out, but I don't recommend it. This chicken Parmesan soup really surprised us. We were expecting it to be good, but not this good. I added 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts to my crock pot, and I seasoned them with a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. And next, you're going to add in a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. We're also adding a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. So I'm curious, do y'all prefer to make soups in the crock pot or on the stove top? Okay, here I'm adding in a tablespoon of minced garlic, followed by 4 cups of chicken broth. And if you prefer to use the low sodium kind, you go right ahead. Now I'm covering this and I'm going to set it to cook on low for about 6 hours, or just however long it takes for that chicken to be cooked through. Now I'm moving over to the stove top and I'm making up a little breadcrumb topping to sprinkle over the top of the soup when it's done. And that's a tablespoon of melted butter and half a cup of garlic and herb breadcrumbs. You're just going to stir that around and let it cook on medium-low and toast it up until it's golden brown. And don't underestimate this topping. You have to make it. I'm telling you, you got to trust me on this. I just put it in a little dish and set it aside until I was ready for it. Okay, that chicken is completely cooked through. I'm just going to remove it to a separate plate or a bowl and shred it up and add it back into the crock pot there. And if you want to dice your chicken up, you can do that too. Hey, y'all could also make this soup on the stovetop. Make it quick and easy by using a rotisserie chicken. Okay, after you get that chicken back in there, you're going to add in 8 ounces of uncooked rotini pasta, or any similar kind of pasta, and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Oh, and this was not in the recipe, but I do like my soups a little thicker, so I did a cornstarch slurry with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. I mixed it really good and then added it right to the crock pot there. This will just slightly thicken it up. Then I'm sprinkling in 1 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. I should have waited to stir it so I didn't have to stir it again. Oh well, now you're going to stir it until that cornstarch and that Parmesan cheese is completely mixed in. Then I'm going to put that lid back on and I'm going to switch mine to cook on high for anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. Mine ended up taking about 20, but however long it takes for that pasta to be tender. It is done, and that soup smelled absolutely delicious. Craig is not a huge fan of soup, but he loved this. And I thought I'd show y'all how I serve this up, just since I made the breadcrumbs and all. I just got me a bowl and added in some soup there. Then I grabbed those breadcrumbs that I made up earlier and I sprinkled them on top. And then I topped it off with a little more Parmesan cheese. The recipe did call for 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese added into the soup when it was done. I was out, so I did not add that in, but this did not need it. It was perfect. It was so delicious. It thickens up as it sits for a little bit, but this soup right here was packed full of flavor. I think you're gonna love it. I just wanted to jump in right quick and say, if you're coming over from the playlist, welcome. My name is Valerie, and I'm so glad you're here. I post lots of easy recipes, so if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. That way, you get notified of all my future videos. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you about the giveaway. All you have to do to enter is leave a comment below and increase your chances by commenting on all the other videos in the playlist too. The grand prize is a $100 gift card. LeAnne will announce the winner on a live stream on October 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so do not miss it. This is our favorite crock-pot taco chicken soup. I'm going to start off by adding 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken to my slow cooker there, along with 1 can of drained and rinsed black beans, 1 can of drained and rinsed pinto beans, 1 can of drained corn. Then you're going to add in a 15-ounce can of petite diced tomatoes. I didn't drain those, and also 1 can of undrained rotel. And for the seasonings, we're going to add in 1 package of taco seasoning and 1 package of, trust me here, ranch seasoning. And if you don't like ranch, you can always do 2 of the taco packets. Then I'm going to add in 8 ounces of cubed up cream cheese. Oh, and also 2.5 cups of low sodium chicken broth. Now we're going to cover this and set it to cook on low for 6 hours, or until the chicken is cooked through. By the way, in case you're new, I have a whole series on boxed cake mix recipes. I'll be sure to link that playlist below just in case you're interested. Okay, when that chicken is completely cooked through, you're just going to remove it to a separate bowl, shred it or dice it, and add it back to your crock pot. You're also going to add in 1 to 2 cups of shredded cheese. I like using Monterey Jack or Colby Jack in this, but all I had was cheddar, so that's what I used. Give it a stir until all that cheese and all that cream cheese is completely melted and well combined. My family loves to come home with the smell of taco soup in the crock pot. And I just topped mine with some sour cream and avocado. and I happened to get lucky on my avocado here. You know, they're only good for one day. It's like, it's not ready, it's not ready, it's not ready, it's ready, oh, it's bad. I really hope you give this chicken taco soup a try. I really hope you enjoyed this video. You may also like these. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more easy recipes, and I will see you in the next one.